Hit it. Hey, Lori, is that you?
Hey.
Come on in. Let me show you what I'm doing. This is my new recording space. And welcome to Will's recording studio somewhere in way South Austin. And I'm really excited because this used to be my office, but I've set up into a little one-man recording scoring space. Whoops. And so I can stay up here late hours until 4 a.m. and there's actually a bed behind you. Check it out. Cool. So for those of you who are watching, you may not know that in addition to playing weddings and all that good stuff, playing shows at Strange Brew, occasionally I get to score a film or some project of that nature where I actually do some recording. And I'm really excited about this project because my cousin, who lives in Kirkwood, Missouri, has done this really amazing, she spent probably 3 or 4 years on this, doing this stop animation, and she asked me to do the soundtrack. And I've never done anything with stop animation before, but it's a documentary about an event, but the whole thing is just like pieces of paper that are animated, and the actual people that were involved in this event in Kirkwood, Missouri, are speaking about it, and it's about an hour-long documentary. So I've actually done about a quarter of the soundtrack completely on guitar, and it's been a really fun process because basically what I've been doing is improvising along with the narrative as it goes along, and just kind of listening in my head when a certain character comes in. It's like, okay, what is this character saying musically? And it just kind of pops in my head. So it's been a really fun process. But what's really cool, I mean, that's cool in itself, but look how I got this set up. I don't need an engineer. These days, anybody with a little bit of do-it-yourself sense can do their own recording. And if you just learn, you can learn about this stuff online. But I've got my complete studio. I've got this is my interface where I hook my microphones in. It's got two tubes, 2 microphones, and hooks into here, and that goes into a computer. And what's really cool is way back there is the main computer in another part of the building, or I guess you wouldn't call this a building, but it's an Argosy trailer, and that's tucked away so that it's really soft in here. When I close all the doors and everything's turned off, it is quiet. You can hear a pin drop. But anyway, so I've got my keyboard here and my display. I need the display because I need to be able to watch the movie and while I'm recording. So I've got my headphones, I've got the display, I've also got, right here is the actual audio. So everything's in sync. In a minute I'm going to show you how I actually score the scoring process, give you a little view of that. So right here I've got 2 wonderful microphones, and this is a Rode, and actually they're both Rodes, and this is set up in what we call a mid-side recording setup. And what that means is this microphone picks up on the left and right here, and this is the middle. So it's picking up here and here, and combine these 2 microphones together, and that makes a stereo image, which is really nice, and I love it. I use it for almost anything. You can record acoustic instruments. So I've got my music stand here, so I can read if there's any notes that I've been writing. I've got a little clipboard. So what it looks like is I'll be here, and I'll be playing along, you know, etc. And sometimes I'll have my clipboard here. Even I'll be working on with my pencil. Let me just show you everything I've got. I'm going to give you a behind-the-scenes tour. So I'll actually be here, I'll be scoring, I'll have the headphones on, I'll be clicking over here for hours at a time. And it's not the most organized tour, but you know, what the heck. So I've got, behind here I've got sheet music for little sections. Right now I'm writing themes for different characters. I've got my nail file so that I have a really nice classical guitar sound, okay, so I keep the nails good. I've got an iPad because what I use this for a lot of times is I'll go on the internet and I'll look for public domain music. If I have a writer's block, or if I need something right away to try out a theme, I can go on to different websites and try out, you know, different public domain pieces of music. I haven't had to use this yet. So far it's been all original music. What else do I have? I got these are the main speakers for playback. My pencil sharpener. Everything is here. I've got another computer. If I need to do research on the web and look up things, I can go onto this computer. Right now it's off because if it's on it makes too much sound. And so everything, like I said, is pretty much within arm's reach. And how this works is, Laura, you want to come over here? When I close that door, it's really quiet in here. And I'll play a little bit of the beginning so you can see what I've done. And I don't know if you can get it on the screen there. But this is the beginning of, you're going to hear the music come in here. Oh, let's see if I can turn it up. So here's the, and now it's playing back several tracks. Okay, so that was a little part there. It's playing too many tracks. But let's go ahead. Let's see the part that I just did here. I'll play a little bit of that. So I'm clicking on the music, as you can see, the audio, and you can tell that the video is following along. See that when I click, it actually locates where I need to go. And up at the top here, I've got these markers. Now I'm zooming in to see this part that says Kirkwood. I haven't gotten to that. Here's one that says Connie. This is Connie's theme. If I click there, I can just quickly go right to Connie's theme. This is a really long video, isn't it? Okay. And
Connie was a South Side Chicago gal, and she kind of lived in the fast lane as well.
She was the Energizer Bunny. She'd finish a council meeting and then be over here at 9:30 or something, dropping off papers.
That's what I worked on today. That's Connie's theme. That's a little bit of that. And I wanted to write something that really expressed a woman who was beloved by the community, who was a pillar in the community. So that's what I was going for with that theme. But a theme that I could reuse later, maybe in different emotional situations. Did it go off? No, we're still good. Okay. So so the next part is going to be the city of Kirkwood over here. The next part that I'm scoring, and basically what it looks like is I'll just sit here and I will play along with it. So and what I've been thinking is this is very busy. These visuals are very busy. So at first I thought I'll do something like this, like something like that. And but then I decided against that because it just makes the whole scene feel more frenetic. So actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick up my violin and viola and do some really long tones that kind of swell in, just to add a kind of a little bass to that really busy scene, because it's already kind of jarring you around with the graphics and things. So, but what I'll do is I'll actually record that while I'm watching it, and I'll be improvising along with it. And the goal is I'm going to get through the entire film with just sort of the skeleton of what the music is, and then go back through it and maybe add some other instruments if I need to. I may not need to. We'll see. But that's how I do it. And thanks for stopping by Will Taylor Argosy Trailer Central, where some fun things are happening, and this is what I'm doing. I'd love to hear from you. You can send me an email at will@willtaylor.com. I want to thank Lori for doing the camera work. And if anybody out there, if you're looking for a soundtrack, or if you'd like to learn more about this, if you need a soundtrack, if you need arrangements for a song or for an album, matter of fact, I'm doing a string session next week, which will be fun. So stay tuned. I'm going to actually have some behind-the-scenes footage from that next week. Big producers coming down from Dallas and working on some strings. So thanks for tuning in, and thanks to Lori. We'll see you again soon. All right, guys. Bye.